So welcome to In-Body Potency, Out-Creating the Matrix, call number, that many? 8?
How many?
So we're now 2/3 of the way through. And wow, are things flying, moving, shifting, untangling, unraveling. And it's exciting to watch as things keep shifting, like, wow, what's opening up and what's actually unfolding behind the scenes. And if you have not had a chance periodically to like tap into the magnitude of the group, well, let's do that now. So allow yourself to tap into the group before you ever engaged any of this call series. What was all the people who were in the group? What were their magnitude? Like, how big were they? How big of a game were they playing? What was their magnitude before they engaged any of these information? And once they started the call, like week 1, and let's say week 4, and now week 8. And it's just so cool to like, and every so often just kind of tap into the magnitude of the group and see, like, oh, I'm just curious, like what's up with that. And we're all over the place. We're all doing our own thing, but I'd like to welcome you all here, doing your thing with my thing and our thing and the thing. And I'm going to pass it over to Rosie to do her thing. She's going to do an attunement activation today. So take it away, Rosie.
All right. Thank you. So I would like to invite everybody to please go on mute. And take a little minute to wiggle, get comfy, kick your shoes off and put your feet on the floor, except if you're very cold and you want to have your blanket around your feet. And drop into your breath. And just comfortably breathing into your body, into every cell. And releasing distraction and chaos and any judgment that wants to like poke its nose. And breathe in what you require in this moment to be fully present in your inalienable essence. Fully embody 1000%. Fully in your inalienable essence 1000%. And then breathe down through your feet into the inalienable feminine consciousness of the earth. And allow your body and being to receive from the feminine consciousness of the earth what it requires right now. Maybe that's lively energy, flow, relaxation, more flexibility. And just lower your barriers and let your body receive. And then lower your barriers and receive even more. And then allow yourself to expand out into the universe, multiverse, beyondiverse, and receive from every molecule of all that is what you desire and require in this moment, and bring it into your body and receive. And as you're expanding out there, gather up any fractures in life force energy that's ready to just come on back in, and breathe that in, choosing instantaneously frequency matching and releasing everything that needs to be released. Just bring it in, lower your barriers and receive. And then go into your center. There's somebody who's kind of noisy. If you could be sure you're on mute, please. Then go into your center and perceive. Just take a minute to perceive. Okay.
On air conditioning.
Somebody needs to be on mute.
I got it.
Okay, so go into your center now and just take a minute with your inalienable essence and see what you perceive. And if you're one of those people who has one that can go transparent, put your center in darkness, whatever it takes to perceive your inalienable essence. And just kind of check out all the frequencies there, the natural mind, multidimensional body, your soul, your spirit. And just pay attention to all those frequencies and see if there's anything missing that needs to be brought in. See how are they melding together and working together. And if there's any assistance that's needed, just give assistance. And then feel that essence enveloping all of who you be. And notice how much more you feel and more at home. And if you are aware, and notice how when you're aware of other feelings, you can wonder and question if that's a call from fractures because it's not your core. And then tap into the inalienable essence that we are creating collectively. Ooh, can you feel that juiciness? And notice how that juiciness has been showing up on the Facebook group. And what if we are and have been reclaiming fractures and life force, both for ourselves, for this collective energy, for the feminine consciousness of the earth, and beyond that? And what if we came into our body to do this? And now is the time and the no time. And we are doing what we came here for. In spite of there being interference on this call. And then tap into your gratitude and appreciation for your body and being, for your willingness to be a way shore, for your choosing to outcreate any and all manipulation, for your choosing to be the inspiration for all you connect with, for the blessing of connecting with this gathering of wayshores, giving and receiving so much inspiration and appreciation, and for all the ways, large and small, that we perceive we are becoming so much more of who we be. So tap into that gratitude and appreciation. Lower your barriers and receive. And as you're receiving, begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and let yourself feel that little giggle rising up from deep inside of you. That excited little giggle. And then come off mute so we can play today. Thank you, and I'm grateful for all of you.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie.
You're muted, Jaden.
Thank you. Jaden's call will be done today by lip reading. If you're on the audio, well, you'll have to use ESP or something.
Practice your telepathy.
Yes,
That's right.
telepathy. Yes, absolutely. So, wow. Okay, so, wow. Where do I start with all that? So I'd like to first engage everything that is up for everyone, and I'm doing this more for my benefit than anybody else's benefit. So everything that is up and active for everybody that doesn't belong to you, can we just choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes.
It's rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Whew. All right. So I'd like to start today with home play assignment, and I actually have one that I'm going to give you online, and one that I actually should have given you when we first started, but it came out today. I'm like, okay, cool. I kind of mentioned it in the past, and it's the notion of asking the body for for everything that involves your body. So for instance, what to eat, when to shower, bathe, what soap or what products to use, what to wear, what movement your body wants, when to be sexual, when to sleep, to like get into this pattern of actually asking your body what its opinion is. And one of the traps that I had here was, in the beginning, I thought that the objective here was that the body had the right answers. And what I learned is that that is not always the case. And like, for instance, there were times where I'd be asking body about like, what do you want to eat? And I'm not getting a clear response. And it doesn't feel like manipulation. It just wasn't a clear response. And I kept making myself wrong. And I did that for years, actually. Well, whatever. I played with that for an extended period of time because I was in this point of view that body had all the right answers and body had awareness and body knew exactly what was going on. And what I found is that's not always the case. There are sometimes that might be true, but how many times are you asking your body about something and your body is gone? The consciousness of your body is not present. Anybody ever experienced that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, it took me a while to really come to terms with that. It's like, well, what if body's being manipulated in similar or different ways than I am, but what if body's undergoing all kinds of weird stuff too? And the further I went down that rabbit hole, it's like, wow, okay, what if the earth body is also being manipulated? So how often am I impacted by the earth body being manipulated? So like, there's so many factors going on that I used to just put me down for. But because I kept in this practice of asking body and seeing like, what is that? Like, why is that weird? Why is that different? Why is that not easy? I started to get more information about what's going on. So I'd like to give this to you as a permanent home play assignment for the rest of your life. Or as long as you want to play in it. Is ask your body everything that it wants to eat. And
Yeah, you got an echo.
Find who the echo is. Somebody has two devices. They have an iPhone and a computer, or a phone and a computer, or two devices. If you could mute. So like anytime that, so what I do is, and I intended to shoot a video. I got some video, but I never got it edited and blah, blah, blah. I might send you pictures, but like I'll be like, okay, so body, what would you like to eat? And sometimes body will show me an image of what it wants. Sometimes I'll get a sense of it. Sometimes I'll taste it. Sometimes I get nothing. I'm like, oh, hello? Anybody home? And I'd be like, okay, so what would it take to get 1,000% of my inalienable body right here, right now, fully embodied? and I'll invite my body to be fully present, and I'll ask again. Like, it's part of this dance that I do of awareness of what is going on. And some of it is troubleshooting, and I don't always have time to do it. There are times where there's a lot of stuff going on and I'll just grab something or whatever. But for the most part, I make it a point to do that and watch the dance that occurs that's involved there. I counted this morning in the shower. I have 14 bars of soap that my body can choose from. And I wash my head with one thing, and I wash my core with another thing, and I wash my legs with another thing. So it's got 3 opportunities to choose from 14 different options.
Nice.
That's choice, right? So it's like, how much does playing in choice expand your capacity to choose and ask questions and diagnose what's going on and untangle things? And just in the act of asking my body about soap, I untangled so many complexities and so many seriousnesses. Like, I've even come to the point where I understand there are times that my body is playing games with me deliberately to have fun. And it wants me, it's like you're being too serious, so it's going to play a game. It's like, oh, let's do the pink bar. And I'll go for the pink bar, and it's like, no. Let's do the yellow bar. And I go for the yellow bar, and no. Let's go for this. Like, body, what are you doing? And like, how often is your body, I don't want to say playing with you in a messing with you kind of way, but how often is body seeking to engage you into a different state, or seeking to invite you into a different frame of mind, or looking at something in a different way? Like, what if your body is a co-creative partner in the process of your awakening? And what if your body is also awakening, but your body can perceive things you can't, and you can perceive things your body can't? And so what if you're working together with each other? And so what if there are times that your body will play with you to expand your awareness? Like, there were times where body would, I could feel body was coherently there, and it was choosing a soap that I didn't like. Like, I didn't like the smell of it. Why I had it there, I don't know. But I didn't like the smell of it. And body kept choosing it over and over again. And body was asking me, well, why are you not choosing also what you want? Why are you just choosing what I want? How about it's a co-creation? And how about we choose what you want and what I want together? Like, why is body's point of view the penultimate point of view, and my point of view is nothing? Like, what if it's a co-creation, and how can both of those point of views come together? So there are times I'm going to eat something and body's like, no. And so I'll first check, so is my desire for that, for me, manipulation, something else? And I'll kind of untangle that. And I'll notice, like, if I still authentically want it, I'll ask body. I was like, body, I recognize you don't want this. Like, can we have some of this anyway? And I'll open up that space of, and sometimes body's like, yeah, whatever. And often body will just automatically adapt to me. But I'm asking my body not to do that, because I want my body's opinion. I don't want body just to concede to whatever I'm choosing. I want my body to tell me what it prefers, because I want that information available to me. So it's this complex co-creative dance that seems really, really simple, and it is, but as an infinite being, you're exploring all these different angles and viewpoints. So my invitation to you is to get into a practice of asking your body and noticing the dance. There isn't one way to engage any of this, but start involving that component in your practice. So when I look at it, it's like, okay, so I have 3 or 4 meals that I eat a day and a couple snacks. And so there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 times I'm asking on food. There's 2 showers a day and 3 opportunities for soap. Like, there's all these, you magnify that, and you're spending a lot of time just simple little connecting with your body, and you're building a better relationship and a better connection and a better understanding with your body. And you're calling your body present too. Like, show up. I want to engage with you. Like, don't be running off somewhere else. Be right here with me. I want to co-create with you. And that supports you in untangling the weirdnesses in your life and really supports this different kind of co-creative relationship where it's a teamwork rather than something not a teamwork.
And he's very fortunate that
I
my
get my
body,
bars run. Oh no! I'm sorry.
that my body hasn't been rearranging his soaps.
Like I even noticed where this soap was on the rack was an issue. Like I had all these structures programmed about like the head soaps go in the top rack and the body soaps go in the middle rack and the leg soaps go in the bottom rack. It's like, well, wait a minute. What structure is that? Like, oh, so like, and so you start to become aware of these different structures that you have that you're not even aware of that you're choosing through. They're invisible to you, but they're a framework that's causing you to limit your capacity to choose, and you're not even aware that you're limiting your capacity to choose. So like you find all those little things if you keep looking for all that. So my invitation to you is start looking for that. Start doing that dance with your body. Any questions on that?
Yeah, does your head ever want any of your leg soap?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They change. And it's not so much that my head, it's my body, but yes, that does do that. Ooh, leg soap on my head. Ooh.
Jaden,
Yes.
I wonder how can body be gone if it's kind of still there? Is it like the spirit of the body is gone, the consciousness, and like manipulation comes in instead, or?
That's I keep asking questions. I mean, that about a month or two before starting these calls is the first I became aware of that. So that's my running thought at the moment. That's the story I tell myself to explain the experiences that I have, is that there are times that the consciousness of my body is not here. Like I've had multiple experiences where my body was unconscious and I was completely operating the body myself. So I know what that's like. I know what that feels like. I've had a space where it felt to me like my body had died, and I actually worked to bring my body's consciousness back. I've had a variety of very unusual experiences with body. And so I'm in this continual dance to understand like who's doing what and what's doing who, and so I just keep asking questions, and that's my current story, is that there's a consciousness of the body that kind of comes and goes at times, and I'll often ask, as a matter of fact, every time I ask for like how can I have 1,000% of my inalienable soul here, my inalienable spirit, my inalienable natural mind, I'll also say my inalienable body and fully embodied. So I'll do all those things. I'll ask those questions.
That'd be good. That's great. No problem.
So can body fracture off? Or,
That feels light.
yeah, okay.
That feels light. I have not explored that, honestly, but I have asked that question and I got a light and I'm like, okay, this is just too much overwhelm. And there's too much information that overwhelms me. Right? It's like, okay, too many. Yeah, and who's that belong to? Me, someone else, something else. Oh, look at that, something else. Okay, vaporize. Imagine that. Yeah.
Okay.
So Jaden, I have a question. You said that you should ask your body when it wants to sleep, but I mean, in a normal work day, like, you have to wake up at a certain time to go to work and do your 9 to 5 job or whatever, if you're in that situation. How do you do that?
So it's not, how do I describe it? We're okay. So like, let me show you how, let me give you an example of how do I answer your question directly? I keep wanting to go somewhere else. Let me show you something else. And I want to expand the viewpoint a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I used to have these experiences where I'd get tired during the day and I'd feel like I have to take a nap. And there was a part of me that was in the space of honoring, I need to take a nap. That's honoring of my body. I didn't ask my body's opinion. I just knew that was, I had conditioned or been manipulated. That's honoring my body. And then I'd wake up from the nap and I'd feel like shit. And I found that I was being taken out. And so I started to ask my body when I'd feel tired, body, is that you? Are you tired? And body be like, no. Here I am like, I can't stay awake. And I'm like, body, are you tired? And body's like, no. Like, what? How can body not be like, okay, so what else is going on here? And that's kind of how I came to the being taken out thing. It's like, well, if body's not tired, what else is going on? That's the question I asked. What else is going on? So it's not about looking for changing your life. It's about more awareness in everything that you do with your body. So you might, in your situation, ask your body, like, is there a certain time you'd prefer to go to bed? Like, you know, like and recognize that there are times where your body will also be stretching you. It might feel like manipulation, like your body's inviting you into getting out of a pattern. And so it'll go, well, I want to stay up late tonight. Yeah, but we got to get up early tomorrow, body. Oh, I don't want to go to bed yet. Okay, so I'd first ask, is that manipulation or is that body? If it's body, it's like, okay, so does it feel light to stay up? Well, it does. Okay, so what? Like, do you see the concept?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
it's not about looking for a right way of doing what you're doing. It's about looking for the patterns and becoming more aware of what's happening within all the things that you do.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Jaden, it's Jen.
Yeah.
I just have a quick question, or maybe I just don't know how long the answer is going to be. I've noticed that sometimes, sometimes I ask for like my body, and then sometimes I ask body, and then sometimes I got to poke at my like arm and say this body. Like sometimes I can't tell if I ask the question, am I really talking about my body, or is the body I'm in, is it really my body? Things like that.
Yeah.
It gets weird.
Yeah. So that when I started out, that's what that dance was like. I'm like, who am I talking to? Like, what am I talking to? Where am I talking to? And it was weird. Like, it was different. And it shifted. Over time, I've learned more and more of a channel to connect with my body in an inalienable channel. So one of the things you might ask is, what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to have an inalienable channel of communications that is beyond manipulation and interference? Like start to
Cool. Right.
like look at channels and like there's an untangling that's going on there. You know, ask questions like, is my body being taken out? Is there a body double here? Is this a body clone? Like, because you can develop a relationship with your body, and then if there's some kind of swapping going on, all of a sudden it's like, this is different body. I've had that experience before. Not so much lately, but in times past, like, this is not my body. What the hell is that, right? So,
Right.
but it's this process of awareness and untangling and choosing. It's like, no. I mean, there's a time it's like, my body's gone. It's like, no, I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. Body 100% here. Like whatever's like, and I started asking questions and I got really angry about it. It's like, no, this is not acceptable. This is going to change. Like whoever, whatever, or whatever's going on is going to change. My body's going to stay here. You can't be swapping bodies on me. No. So
Can that be also a sign of a fracture making itself aware? Like I have felt that when I'm in a fracture, my body doesn't react in the same way.
Could it, yeah.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like, could you have the viewpoint of your body through the lens of a different fracture?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That feels light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sheila, did you have a question?
Oh,
We could barely hear you.
Oh, I didn't know where my head thing was. Where am I? What fracture am I in?
Here's my head.
now?
No,
Which one am I?
you're only in the call for that one.
I just asked if you could clear some shit you.
Oh, yeah.
Rosie,
Yeah.
what was the question? That did a number on me.
Yeah, so pause.
Yeah.
So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of this stuff, can we choose to destroy and create all of that stuff?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes! Resent, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce,
Ooh, liquefy.
vaporize. Go back, wrong, pop, action. Yes.
Oh.
Rosie, did you want to repeat that?
Well, what I was asking is, could you be looking at your body from the viewpoint of a fracture, and that's why the body isn't responding in the same way?
It's like you're putting on the lens of that fracture, which could be a 2-year-old that still is like, oh, how does this body work thing? You know, so it's got a very immature overlay of what the body is, or manipulation, or whatever goes on. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is possible there. But it's like, what if that's like a lens that you're looking at your body through? So I had not actually considered that before Rosie brought that up. So one of the first things, in considering how much, I'll kind of go to this as a blanket statement. My interesting point of view at this moment in what's going on is that resolving the fractures resolves everything. That's my interesting point of view. That's the space I'm living in right now. Again, I'm just exploring that space. I can't say that's true, but like what I'm finding is that as a paradigm, it's such a large, potent paradigm. It seems to untangle a lot of stuff. Now, when I ask questions on it, body's like, no, that's not the whole story, but it's the biggest story that I've been able to play in, and I have the most consistent clearing. I can be in funk, and I run down this clearing, and boom, gone. Wow, okay.
And is that body or is that manipulation?
Which one?
What
I said?
Yes.
I get body.
Okay.
It's not the message was like, that's not real. So one of the things that I notice when I watch people ask questions that I'm different from now is I don't look at anything as real or true. We started a conversation in the Facebook group about the Michael asked about birth, and I asked, well, how many different birth experiences do you have? And not from the standpoint of which is the right one, but it's like, what if you don't have just one? What if as you become more of an infinite being, you're becoming more, you're awakening to an expandedness of who you be. And so there isn't a truth, there are many truths. So when I tap into some information and it feels true, it's like, okay, so I just kind of put that in the whole picture, the whole pot of all the other things as a soup. And like, so what does that add to my viewpoint of all that is? How does that expand? Does it contract? What does it do to that? And so for me, what Body was saying is that while like this is a useful paradigm right now, but it's not the biggest paradigm. It's not the truth, but it's a good truth to play in right now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a coworker once say, I never lie, the truth just changes.
They were more right than they knew. Or they knew a lot. One of the two, I don't know. Cool.
That's beautiful.
Cool.
You know, when Jen asked a question about, is this my body, this body, or like poking, all of a sudden something, it was like manipulation, just almost panicked, and it was like, oh, we've been seen.
Yeah.
So for me, because I don't feel like I have a connection to my body, I think the poking and to ask a question and like touch my body and say, this body, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of excitement right now,
Cool.
and joy, and yeah. And okay, and Rosie's question. When I'm not feeling like I'm in my body, is that a fracture that isn't feeling like I'm in my body? Because I don't know, it's a whole mind fuck to me what this is all about with me not being in my body. And yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
even know what question to ask about it, but
yeah.
there's definitely manipulation going on. And
Yeah.
twisting
So,
and turning.
so I feel the energy when you're talking about that of, like, I need to hide something from the control system. So allow yourself, for everybody, tap into all of the places where you need to hide something from the control system.
Wow, that's huge.
Wow. Wow. And
Love that question.
Yeah.
so how much of that is real and true that you need to hide something from the control system, and how much of that is a manipulation the control system is using on you to get you to hide something from you, and that's your justification for it.
Oh.
Shake you, tired.
Okay. So,
Crap.
so all the shaky stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, right, beyond, let all that go. Whoa. So
Could you
it's,
ask that again?
yes.
Yeah. Please.
So, how? Let me reorganize here. How? Wow. Okay, I got thrown. Yeah. So everything that all this is, I choose to shrink all that. Give her a box. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so refeed me where we were.
How much is that a manipulation to get you to hide from you?
Yeah. So where's everywhere that you perceive that you are hiding something from someone or something so they don't find it? And expand out, perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of it. Wow. And how much of that is to your advantage, and how much of that is to the control system's advantage or to someone else's advantage? Wow. And how much, what are all the places where you are holding on to things, where you're holding on to hiding of stuff to your disadvantage? Wow. And expand out, perceive more. And expand out, perceive all of it. And everything that all that is, can we choose to just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, right, beyond. And all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we choose to just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, make null void, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papakshas, benay beyonds. And what are all the stories that you have that cause you to engage energies to your disadvantage? We'll go big. What are all the stories that you have of any kind that cause you to engage energies in a way that you're doing it to your disadvantage, and you know it's to your disadvantage, but you feel that's what's required based on all the things that are, all the information that's there, all the stories that are there.
Yeah.
And all the Shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around, all of that, can you choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, yes. And let's bring a univac in here and just down behind you, down below
Out
you,
my ass.
up your ass, you know.
What is
Down your arm.
The armpit.
That sells with
We're going with this. Where the dildos handy.
Yeah, where the dildos go too. Why not?
Oh, I love this call. These calls are the best.
I love these calls.
And,
Rise and energize.
and all the Shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that stuff, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
All of them.
All of it. Yeah. Resend the book, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action. Yeah? And also notice when we're doing calls, and we get, especially when we get into this silly space, it starts to go into this wild energy that goes out of norm, out of frame. And notice if you get triggered. Like, notice if your mind starts to reject or push away or oh, that's just wrong. And start asking questions about, like, whoa, what is that? And so allow yourself, for all of you who did experience that, allow yourself to perceive all of this, all of the places where you've been triggered. How about, let's do this. Allow everybody to perceive all of the places where you have ever been triggered across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyond. We'll start small. And get big.
There you go. Awesome. Perfect.
All of the places, all of the times, all of the points of creation where you have ever gotten triggered. And allow yourself to perceive all of the hooks, all of the triggers, all of the stacks, all of the stringers, and all of the implants around all of this across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyonds, and everything that is. Can we choose to just try and create all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null and void as a sovereign being, a sovereign body, a sovereign planet in a free will universe across all time, space, dimensions, realities, times a godzillion. Make null void, vaporize, 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 vaporize.
And,
Thank you for that.
and how about everywhere we've triggered others?
And whose problem is that?
I was gonna say, right.
Where's everywhere that,
I've never
where's
done
I
everywhere?
would never do that.
I know. Where's everywhere that you triggered somebody else and then you took something on either empathically,
Yeah.
make yourself wrong for it.
Yeah.
Like how often are people almost begging you to trigger them? And you're like, no, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to. Fucking A. Oh, there you go. And then, oh! And then you feel bad about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you asked for that. So, what are all the places where you've triggered others that you then took on something as a result of that? Oh, shit. Whether it was something that they threw at you, like how often has Mr. Smith in somebody else kept poking at you so that you poke at them that they can whap you upside the head? Like how often are you in a really solid space of consciousness and you're untouchable, but and we'll talk about this when we hit the relationship part, but which will happen. It will, I swear it will happen. where manipulation will come out of a partner or a friend or somebody else to poke at you in a place that that you're kind of raw, even though you're solid, and it will just kind of blow you to pieces. Like, so how often has doing something for somebody else whacked you over the head?
I'm doing that.
And expand out, perceive more.
That's what
And
force of
expand out.
sugar on me is coming to my head.
What is?
Some sugar on me. It's just running to my head.
I like honey.
Stand out and receive more.
Honey's really fun. You ever pour honey on yourself and smear it around? That's really cool. I recommend that. Do it in the shower, though.
Oh, no, yeah, that's sticky. That's
Yeah. Yeah, we're with all that
We're
going.
standing out and receiving more.
Oh, that's right. We were receiving more. So
We received enough.
everything that all of those old stack stringers, implants, hooks, and triggers were. Okay.
Name of love. Oh, call me up.
I think we triggered some stuff.
I think we have.
Oh,
So what if laughing is the most potent way to clear shit?
Hey, but I was
Yeah.
talking in the first call and I said laughter and you said, well, I don't know if laughter would work. You know what? That's
Jaden
cool.
knows everything. He's always right.
I know you do,
Yeah.
and I love you for it.
Oh my. And yeah,
Stand
where
out
was
and
it?
see
So
more.
I'm still
I have a
holding
question.
something in my hand here.
All that.
So everything that all of this stuff is, anything that's remaining that you haven't laughed out of creation, can we choose to destroy? So notice the stuff you've laughed out of creation,
Yeah.
and notice the stuff that's remaining.
There is a
So like for me, there's like a framework of stuff, but the whole middle has been gutted. Like there's structure.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So all the structures, constructs, adaptations, mutations around all of this, and anything else that's around all of this or anything remaining, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Assemble, chemical amounts, and ask to destroy and create vaporize. 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 Vaporize.
Liquefy.
Cool. So before I lose it, I've already lost it, but that's another story. Before I lose this one point,
Lose it again.
lose it still.
Still have it?
Yeah, see if I still have it. So, what are all the disguised memory implants that you have around any of the topics we've engaged today? Because there are some topics we opened, but I never closed them and we never cleared them, and so they're still there, and I can feel them in the background, even though we're kind of doing other stuff. But like, so what are all the disguised memory implants? So allow yourself to perceive all the memories that are active. Yeah, we were talking about something about it was something related to memories. Anyway, so allow yourself to perceive all of the memories that are open or active, all the memories. And then scan for ones that have been installed by blocks. Like there's a whole row of them that have the same install time, same install date, same install frequency of like who put them in there, like the signature of the being who installed it. As a matter of fact, check all of them, all of the memories that you have. And this is, if you have not yet seen the movie, the one about the mind.
Dark City.
No, it's up in the theaters right now.
Inside Out.
Inside Out. The visuals that they show you in that movie that give you a reference for what your mind and how stuff gets stored or could be stored, it's just a visual, like opens up your capacity to change things in a way that I had not been aware of before. And so allow yourself to perceive all of the records, all of the memories, as if you're looking at like a library shelf with all of the memory files stored. And now allow yourself to highlight all the ones that have an installer as a signature on there, like who installed it, that is not you.
Ick.
Yeah, it's not a pretty frequency. So everything that all of those memory files are, can we choose to destroy and create all those?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, vaporize, make null and void as a sovereign being, sovereign body, sovereign natural mind. Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, vaporize,
liquefy.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't kidding when they said that 99% of your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and all of that stuff doesn't belong to you, because everything we do doesn't belong to it's something else. It was installed or somebody, whatever. It's like, oh my.
So if you're an infinite being who journeyed here into this muck to I'm sorry, it feels that way sometimes.
Yeah.
To explore it, to untangle it, to do whatever dance you're doing with it, it never was yours. Like when George talks about it in terms of, like, what if you're inside? Think about this experience as you're inside the body of the creator of this universe. So imagine it as a physical body, because it is on some level, and you've like been swallowed, or you've been injected, or you're somehow in their physical body. Like you're
Holy
in
fuck.
their stuff. So that's where, for me, the whole reconnecting to the infinite being and the staying expanded out. That's why so much of the earlier work that I did with people is like expand out, expand out, expand out, expand out. Now, I noticed that people naturally do that now with me because I don't think they can help it anymore. But like, there's such a field that's created. You just naturally expand when you start to engage these energies. But like, what if, as you expand and connect to your infinite being, you start to remember the truth of you, and you start to recognize, wow, I'm inside of the creator, and look at all this really cool stuff swimming around. That's not mine. So how much stuff are you claiming and owning as yours that belongs to the creator of this reality, the creator of this universe? How much stuff are you claiming and owning as true or truth because the creator of this universe believes that's true?
Wow.
And everything that all of those really interesting, fun, creative, and a little bit limiting points of view are, can we choose to destroy and create all of those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papakshas, shorts, boys, and nights, beyond. And so now let's even look at it from the other way. So here's a creator that creates this universe based on its experience of itself and how it dances in light and dances in all these frequencies and through this process. And then it opens the door to allow other beings to come into itself to explore its creations at a greater depth and to co-create with it. So how much stuff has the creator of this universe taken on as it ingested or allowed in all these other beings that it's claiming and owning as it, that doesn't belong to the universal creator?
Jaden?
But because
Jaden, when you're talking about creator,
when
you're talking about creator, what about those people who create their own universes?
Which is all of us.
Yeah.
Right. I had a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I jump ahead?
No. No.
It kind of I'm in a stream and you're outside of that stream, and I can't quite go into your stream at the moment. So
gotcha. Okay.
So I'd say yeah.
Okay. No, it just every time you said it was just clunking for me, and I was like, what's that weirdness? So okay, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. So Yeah, so
You
I
were
lost
saying-
my train.
You said the creator creates this universe, then allows other to come in to create,
To
co-create,
admire his.
and that doesn't
No,
belong.
no, not to admire.
Okay.
To co-create. Now, do some come in to admire and explore and hate and like all of that? Yes, but like it's not just like a gallery showing. It's a it's a come on in and build it out yourself too. Like how much has the creator of this universe created a space, a container for exploration to happen in, and how much is even happening outside of that? That is expanding creator into a bigger viewpoint. But the point that I wanted to grab is, so it's the opposite side. We're playing in duality. We're playing in the flipping of the polarities. So how much are you holding on to that is foreign to creator of this universe? How much are you holding on to that's foreign to you?
Mm.
So it's like, that's the thing about the aliens. It's like, banish, leave my universes. It's like, wait a minute, lots of garbage in here right now. Let's get back to zero. Everything not me, leave my universe. Okay, I have the capacity to do that. The creator of this universe would have to kick all of us out to do that. So, and
Oh, yeah.
whatever. But it's like, I have the capacity as an infinite being to go, no, everyone and everything that's not part of a biological process, out of my universe. Now, permanently, banish. If I choose to invite you in later, fine, I choose to invite you in later. So it's like, there's choosing to bring something into your environment and then going, you know, that doesn't work for me right now. I can't seem to adapt to that or plug into that. And I could make myself wrong because I can't plug into that frequency. Or maybe I'm not intended to plug into that frequency. Maybe that's been inserted into my space because it knows that I can't adapt to that frequency yet. Maybe it's premature. Maybe I'm not intended to adapt to that frequency yet. Whatever. But as an infinite being, I have the right as a sovereign being to choose how to engage all energies based on what feels good to me. Do you feel that?
How do we do that?
You do it moment by moment. So in this space, I want to say, allow yourself to perceive everything that you're taking in or have taken in, that you're claiming and owning is yours, that does not work for you and cannot work for you right now. Someday, maybe it will. You can play with it another day. But right now, it's wedged in sideways and it's not working in your reality. Allow yourself to perceive all of those energies.
All your wedges.
All your wedgies.
Whoa.
And expand out, perceive more. And expand out, perceive all of it. And everything that all of that is, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
I
Choose that, yes.
Yeah.
Resent, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. And just send all that stuff away. Bring in a univac and okay. So it's like, as a, wow. Yeah. So what awareness can we now receive that would allow us to be 1000% of our inalienable soul, 1000% of our inalienable spirit, 1000% of our inalienable natural mind, and 1000% of our inalienable natural body? How much of you doesn't fit in your body because you have other crap lodged in your body that doesn't belong to you and is designed to keep you out of full embodiment? What are all of the things that have been deliberately installed or put in your body or reorganized so that you cannot be fully 1,000 or 10,000 or 1,000,000% embodied? And everything that all of that is, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Choose
Yes,
that.
I choose that. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, hypocrisies, shorts, poison, nights, beyonds. And what is all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this in your universe, in the planet's universe, in our group universes, in the universe, the whole universe, the universal creators? What are all of the layers of shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and energy fog across all time, space, dimensions, realities, no time, timelines, realms, realities, fractures, alters, dimensions, parallels, and beyonds? And everything that all that really interesting point of view stuff is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes, I choose
Yes.
that.
Yes, I choose that. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong. Pod, poc, shirts, buzz, and nights, beyonds. So it's like, if you think about it from the, so it's the as above, so below, so above thing that George talks about. If you look at it from the context of a physical body, as we understand them today, and it's a limited paradigm, but it's where we stand today. It shows us like the game that we're playing on a bigger level. So when we look at the game, it's like there's a paradigm that says that the body needs to be kept clean from certain viruses and bacterias and yada, 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 yada. So we need to remove that stuff. Okay? So, and you look at the body's defense system, what it does is it goes, oh, invader, kill, 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 kill. And it clears the system out. That's part of what it does. It does more that science isn't willing to see or doesn't understand or what have you. But like, so one of the things it does is it removes stuff from the body. Like how many of your organs, so allow yourself to just feel or perceive the number of components or organs or parts or processes or systems in your body that are designed to remove stuff from your body. Like if it doesn't, you just start to like drown in some one thing. There's too much of it. So, and now while we have all those systems up, allow yourself to perceive everything in all of those systems that is out of balance or that has been manipulated or that has been altered in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah.
And everything that all of that is, all of those manipulations, alterations, or out of balance conditions, can we choose to destroy and create all that stuff?
Choose that, yes.
Yes, I choose
All the technologies, magics, all the agreements, all the misalignments, all of anything that's causing or creating that, can we choose to destroy and create all that too?
Yes.
Yes. Choose.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, wrong, pop, poc, short, that I beyond. So you in your reality, you in your universe, if you don't stand in your right and capacity to choose what works for you and what doesn't work for you and eliminate, eradicate, banish, destroy, and uncreate stuff that does not work for you.
What is that?
Let's see. I got it. So if you don't choose to destroy and create stuff and eliminate stuff, crap just keeps building up in your universe until you're like, and you can't function because there's so much shit in your universe that's impeding your capacity to function and be in your body. So where is everywhere, one moment, where is everywhere that you are unwilling or unable or not authorized to eliminate, eradicate, banish stuff from your universe, your body? What is all of that? Expand out, perceive more. And expand out, perceive all of that. And allow yourself to perceive all the manipulation that's in there. And everything that all that stuff is, can we choose to just try and create it all?
Yes.
Choose that.
Yeah. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, somebody else. If it's on topic, what do you have?
What about just doing demolecular manifestation and molecular demanifestation? So you don't even have to banish it. You turn it into what you want, and it rids whatever you don't need. Is that read
Okay.
here? I don't know.
Are you defending against something?
No, I'm talking about what
I know what you're talking about.
Gary said. Gary said if you get
Pause.
Okay.
So, is there any energy here of defending for or defending against?
I don't think so. I think I vaporize whatever I feel like and manipulate whatever I feel like.
Okay. Okay,
You know
that felt heavy when you said that, but like I just noticed something, so I was.
Okay, never mind.
That's fine, whatever.
No.
But the concept that where I'm going at a bigger span, because I'm just about to jump into the other polarity, is like, what if it's all real and true, and none of it's real and true?
Yeah.
And so, where does it serve you in any moment to just banish all of that shit because it doesn't belong?
Well, I was just gonna play with it.
And where does it serve you in another moment to rewrite that stuff?
Okay.
And it's like, so as an infinite being, you have the capacity to just rewrite all that stuff. But like for me, what I noticed is when I attempted to rewrite that stuff or use it in a different way, it would temporarily change, and then I'd look away and it would change back again. So I stopped doing that.
Okay.
But that's just, I noticed there was manipulation there and I didn't know how to undo that at that moment. So to me, I'm just like, later. Later. Yeah. But thank you for that.
Keep doing what you're doing. Sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I was like, so how much was I defending against? I caught it.
Opposite of what it appears.
I caught it. It took me a bit, but yeah, thank you. So, what is, so.
Jaden, is that a construct?
Is what a construct?
That whole having to defend for and against. So I just was aware there of where I start eradicating and eliminating and annihilating and molecularly demanifesting. And then I had an awareness of, wow, if I actually brought the whole construct, did I actually think that I have to do that? Am I actually in a construct where that's part of the construct? And the whole body stuff, I've been really sick for the last week, and I've been, what's going on here, body? Why are you not clearing this? Had the awareness when I was reading George's book around, we have the capacity to access the fifth dimension where there's no sickness, so can't we just access that and heal it? And then have I fractured that part of me, my awareness, my consciousness and ability to be able to do that with simple ease?
So what comes up for me is outside of all of that. So ask the question, what's right about this that I'm not getting?
Yes.
Ask it out loud.
So what's right about this that I'm not getting?
And receive. So when I get into a tangle where something gets stuck and I'm like, what's going on? One of the things that I'll do is I'll flip and go like, what's right about this that I'm not getting? And notice if there's energy on that. Did you notice energy on that? Like receiving it? Yeah. So it's like there are places where you're making things wrong where they're not, and it's the making it wrong that's holding it wrong.
Yeah. I had the awareness then of the sickness things, like, oh, actually, my body's processing a whole lot of toxic stuff.
That feels
what a clever body I have. Yeah. And then I became aware of the other times when my body has done this, that I had just been in an environment where actually there was a whole lot of toxic stuff there.
Yeah.
And then I asked a question, is that something that I have made a commitment to or been manipulated? It's something that I brought as a job.
So let me ask so we've got it in this frame that my body is processing this stuff. So are you working with your body and processing that stuff, or is your body doing it all on its own?
I want to say working, but I think my body's doing it all on its own.
Yeah. So anytime something is slightly amiss or out of balance in my body, which does not happen very much anymore. Like I used to be sick almost constantly. And like where I've gotten to is this: what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to completely support my body in all of its processes and in everything it's doing. And I'll expand out and what is everything that my body desires or requires. And I'll bring that in. And when I go to bed, if things are out of miss, I'll be like, when I'm sleeping, I wish to have support for my body, so my body is continually supported in everything that it's doing while I sleep. Like I want my body to have continual 24/7 support to the max. I want it to have the best of everything. Feel the energy of that.
Yeah.
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 And so what is everything that, this is for everybody, what is everything that gets in the way of your body having your and everyone and everything's 24/7 continual maximum support?
Wow.
Wow.
And expand out, perceive more. And expand out, perceive all of it, including behind you and including below you. And all the way down below you, all the way down, 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 and out the other side. Wow. And including all the way out in front of you, and including all the way above you, and including all the way to the left, and including all the way to the right. Wow. And everything that all of that stuff is, everything that's in the way of your body being just absolutely 100%, 1,000 million billion trillion % supported and nurtured 24/7 with the best of everything. Can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Hell yes.
Yes. Descend, revoke, you can't reclaim, announce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void, times the Godzillion as a sovereign being, a sovereign body, and a sovereign planet, and a sovereign universe, times the Godzillion, make null void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, the night beyonds. And what are all the allegiances, alliances, loyalties, assemblies that prevent that? What are all the entry agreements, exit agreements that prevent that? Oh. What are all the divine agreements, golden handcuffs, billion trillion year agreements, black meta technologies, and all the structures, constructs, adaptations, mutations, and everything that all that stuff is? Wow. And signatories, we can't forget the signatories. Can we just try and create all those?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah, I choose that. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, announce, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, auction, maybe on. So I'll let go. Not yours, not yours. None of that is yours. None of that is yours. None of that is yours. Just let all that go. Let all that go. None of that is yours. 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 Wow. And what are all the binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds, spam, binds, binds, spam, binds, binds, spam, binds to infinitum? Wow. All the auto install, auto reinstall, auto backup, wow. Wow. Auto backup systems, wow. Systems, technologies, magics, and signatories here. Everything, all that is, can we choose to just try and create all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, announce, just
I
try to
choose
create,
that.
vaporize, 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 make null void. As a sovereign being, sovereign body, free will universe, times the Godzillion, make null void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, auction, right, beyonds. And I just have to go forward 1 day in time and see what comes back. 1 week in time, see what comes back. 1 month in time, see what comes back. 1 year in time, see what comes back. Wow. We're getting good at cleaning house. You notice there's not a lot of shit there? That's really cool. So everything that is there or was there, all of the foundational elements that allow or create that, can we destroy and create all of that?
Yes, I choose that. Yeah.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, announce, just trying to create, vaporize. There you go. Vaporize, make null void. As a sovereign being, sovereign body, sovereign universe, times the God zillion, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, sovereign planet. And allow yourself to perceive all of the programs that are in or around the energy of, that are in or around or in the way of you giving your body 100% of everything that it desires or requires continuously. What are all the programs that are impeding or in the way or making that difficult or making that challenging, or that you have to work around, or that you have to adapt to in some way, or anything that's getting in the way of just 100% ease, with you having 1 billion% continual 24/7 support for your body. All those programs, call all those out now in front of you. Nothing below you, all the programs out in front of you. Nothing behind you, all the programs out in front of you. Nothing to the right of you, all the programs out in front of you. Nothing above you, all those programs out in front of you. Holy shit, freeze. Nothing to the left of you, all those programs out in front of you. Freeze. Everything that's in or around your body that's programmed, call all that out in front of you. And freeze. And state out loud to all these programs.
And in your body.
I say that again.
Jaden, and in your body.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That was implied, but yes. And in your body. I did that psychically. I stuck that in there. So allow yourself to perceive. And so now say out loud, all intercessions exterminate.
All intercessions exterminate.
And I also do this thing, like you can do anything you want. Take some action with your body that's like disconnect. I do this like a pinching motion, but do whatever you want. So all interconnections exterminate.
All interconnections exterminate.
And all intercommunications exterminate.
All intercommunications exterminate.
Wow. And all programs terminate.
All programs
terminate.
And all programs exterminate.
All programs
exterminate.
And just notice what that does. It feels like there's all these systems that are humming, like the computers are on and all the programs are wiped out. And, or like, yeah, it's just empty running. It's just sitting there empty running. So now all the energies invested into coding, programming, reclaim all those and bring those back into your body and receive all that energy, all the energy invested into coding.
Invested into coding.
That has ever been invested into coding. That anyone has ever invested into coding.
All of that.
That anyone has ever invested in.
Just bring all that in.
I bring it back.
And now all of the energies that have ever been extracted through coding, anything that's ever been harvested is another way to say that. But I needed to find words that people wouldn't recognize back then as being manipulation. So I used extracted through coding. And just bring all of those energies back into your body, into your I like bringing them into my inalienable soul. I don't understand or know why, but I like bringing them back there. And while we're at it, allow yourself to bring back any energies ever extracted from anyone through any of those programs.
Yes.
And to your inalienable soul.
I choose that.
And notice what that brings up. Like, oh, am I allowed to do that? Like I could hear these voices like, well, am I allowed to do that? Like that's somebody else's energy that doesn't belong to me. Just notice all those, whatever comes up there around that, because those are energy harvesting stuck points.
Exactly.
So because as an infinite being, could you bring all that stuff in from all of the stored places it is where it's being used against everyone and everything, if that's the story, and then give it back to exactly who it belongs to? You could do anything. But what are places where you're limiting yourself from receiving all of the energies that are available? What are all the places that you're limiting yourself from receiving all the energies that are available? What is everywhere you're not willing to be an infinite receiver? Wow. So everything, all those really interesting points of view are, and all the stacks, stringers, triggers, hooks, and implants around all of that stuff, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yes.
I choose that. Rescind, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, short, boys, nice. Wow. Vaporize. And all programs, can we now destroy and create all program modules?
Yes.
I choose that.
I choose that. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, beyonds. When I first started doing that, I noticed there were some beings who were very irate that I was not only deprogramming, not only reclaiming those energies, but I was then vaporizing all of those program modules. It's like, we can reuse those. And I'm like, yeah, I know you can, and that's the point.
That's right.
For a while, what I had was now return those to manufacturer. I actually had that in there. The beginning, you go back to 1.1. This is version 7. It's 7 point something right now. Like, there was return to manufacturer was in there, and the manufacturers loved it. And then I realized it's coming right back at me reprogrammed. I'm like, that's going to change. So like, when I do this stuff, and I want to just show you that, it's like, this stuff is under constant revision, and I invite you to not take any tool that I give you or Gary gives you or anyone gives you as this is the tool, because it's the tool for where we are now. It's the awareness we have in this moment. And you could, in the next moment, be aware, that one doing that one thing, that doesn't work. Like, that doesn't work for me. So how could I do that better? Well, if I change this word. Well, if I didn't give it back, if I just destroyed and uncreated it. Well, if I turned it into a large field of pretty flowers. Like what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to change everything to your simple advantage with simple ease? See what that does? It's like, when you grab these tools and you start to change, I took Gary's tools and I started to change them and change them and change them, and it caused me to bring out new tools and change them and bring out new tools and change them, which causes you to bring out and feedback new things that I can do and change it and change it and change it. And we're all using it to our advantage. And what are we doing? We're co-creating a whole new reality with a whole new set of tools and a whole new field of capacity that has never been available or accessible before, which allows us to step into our potency in a way that's never been available or accessible before. And we're creating all of that by choosing things to work to our simple advantage.
Sweet.
That's my interesting point of view. And all the shiki stupidity on consciousness, anti-conscious, and I'm not saying it's real or true. I'm just saying that's my interesting point of view. So all the shiki stupidity on consciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, expand out, perceive more, and around anything that we've engaged today or ever, expand out, perceive all of it. And everything, all this is, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah. Rescind, invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, wrong, Podpoc, shorts, bows, nights, beyonds, vaporize. And I'm going to take you on another string. So it's, can you pause? Can you remember that?
Oh yeah, it's here.
Okay, cool. So, like, how often have we gotten together as a group before? Allow yourself to tap into what are the number of times that we have gotten together as a group before.
That's what I said.
Okay, and now ignore parallel realities. How many different realities? So expand to the size of the universe and the multiverse and the beyondiverse and beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, beyond that. Keep going beyond that, way beyond that, way beyond that. There are some of you who are at 10% right now. If you're at 10%, just get a sense of that. What percent expanded into the beyondiverse are you? Just tap into that. And it's different for everybody. And what would it take for you to be 1,000% expanded into the beyondiverse? And beyond that. And beyond that. There you go. Yeah. And beyond that. Yep. And beyond that. And expand beyond all of that. And now expand into your infinite being from that space. Wow. Now from this space, so all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this so far, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes, I choose that.
Yeah. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, hock, shits, but beyond. Now we're way outside of mind, by the way, so just let that be okay, or not, whatever. So from this space of infinite being, how often from this viewpoint have we as a group gotten together before? And in how many different universes did we do that in? How many different multiverses did we do that in? How many different beyondiverses have we played this game in? And what sense do you get about that?
We were one potent group.
Were? Oh, right. Yeah. The control system. Yeah, no, we definitely were. Yeah, back then. Yeah, we totally. Yeah. It's too bad that's not accessible anymore. Yeah.
I got something.
What else?
Glory days.
The good old days. Yeah, too bad that'll never happen again. Yeah. It's such a shame. You feel that manipulation? That's that play that you start to do as an infinite being. You're like, oh, there's manipulation here. Well, how cool. How can we have fun with that? And do you see how you can ride above all that and you can put all that together? And can you feel that part of control system that's going, what? I don't understand. They just pulled something over. Like what's going on? Do you feel that? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's control system. That's artificial intelligence. That's whatever it is. But it's just stuff. There it is. So what else did you notice as you were expanded out into all these other times we've done this before?
Ease.
Lightness, yeah.
Like this is what we do.
Yeah. What else did you notice? Have we gone on a lot of adventures together?
Yeah.
Have we had a lot of fun in a lot of really weird worlds and a lot of very strange, bizarre realities?
Yeah.
Feel that. Just let yourself take in that information. Notice that has kind of a tingle to it sometimes. And all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that. Can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes, I choose that.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, hock, shits, but beyond. So this is one of the things that I do that's difficult to take people to unless you've gotten to these other levels of play. It's like I'll go into my infinite being and I'll play in that space and I'll ask questions in that space. So like notice the information that's available. So like what are all the cool explorations that we've done as a group? and just receive that.
And it always has been safe.
And it's always been safe.
Yeah.
Like we set it up that way. It's like it can't not be safe.
Mm.
And everything that's in the way of that, can we choose to just try to create all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, resend, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, or above action, yeah? And what are, in all of these groups, I've never gone here before. I've never, yeah. So let's play.
Of course you have.
So what are
Amen, Rosie.
what are all the, hang on, don't take me somewhere else. What are all of the gifts and capacities that we've had in those other lives, in those other experiences, in those other times? So it's like you watch X-Men or you watch Fabulous 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever that is, or those superhero programs. It's like they know that the Incredible Hulk can do this. They know that Flash can do that. They know that Jaden can do that. They know that Wendy can do that. They know that Rosie can do that. So what are all of the things that you know? We won't start with you. What are all the things that you know about the gifts and capacities of all the other people on this team who are assembled here, either as part of the direct call now or will engage these energies later? Part of the team yet to join this team in this particular reality. What are all the gifts and capacities that they have? What are all the like cool things, the fun things that they can do? What's their play look like? Notice how that reads. What does their play look like? Wow. And now allow yourself to grab all that information, and on the count of 3, pass it, distribute it to all the people who are in this group now, and just kind of put it in their field. We're not installing it. We're just kind of making it available to them in a very clean, clear, available way. So ready? On the count of 3, to everybody here or to catch this later. 1, 2, 3. Everything that you know about everybody's play, and just kind of pass it out to whomever. And let's do that again. Allow yourself to grab all that information. Allow yourself to amplify it. Ask those energies to amplify themselves times the godzillion to the godzillion to the godzillion power. Ask them to be frequency matched to the current recipients, whoever's going to receive all those, so that they can receive it more cleanly, and redistribute again. And one more time. What is everything that is the play of all the members of all of these groups from all of your past experiences with all these members? Like, you know them. What do you know about them? What is their play? What is their fun? What is their delight? What are their gifts? What do you love about them? What do you rely on them? Because you know they're so damn good at this. It's gorgeous about them.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that all that information is, ask all of that information to amplify itself times the godzillion to the godzillion to the godzillion power. And frequency match it for the recipients, and distribute it to everyone in this group. And now allow yourself to expand back into the Beyondiverse, if you've gotten kind of sidetracked, and into your infinite being. And don't engage any of the information yet. Just kind of let that sit there. It'll be waiting for you. And expand to your infinite being, to your infinite being, to your infinite being, to your infinite being, to your infinite being. Wow, there you go. And now allow yourself to tap into all of these different adventures that you had with this group or with any other group that you've played with, that you've had adventures with. You've gone into these cool realities and done this really cool shit and pretended all these cool things and then unraveled stuff and then had a lot of fun and then went out and did it again somewhere else in some other universe or reality or multiverse or beyondverse. And from that space, allow yourself to perceive what is everything that all of your friends, your teammates relied on you or looked to you for because they loved that about you. What are all the things that you loved playing in, that you just felt delicious about doing or being in those experiences or expressing? What were all the gifts and capacities that you had in all those different experiences? And not all of them apply here. Not all of them show up the same way here, so don't try to force fit them. Just kind of take in that information, that field of information. What were the gifts and capacities and the play and the fun and the delight and the cool things that you did? And now everything that all that information is, ask all of that information to amplify itself times a godzillion. Frequency match it for your body and being, and then bring that in and receive that. And receive. And don't try to look, like what I'm noticing as I engage these frequencies, they're so high or they're so fine that I have difficulty even detecting them. So don't get too caught up in I'm getting this, I'm not getting this. Just play in the dance of this. And now expand back out, and everything that is all that information, ask it to amplify times the godzillion to the godzillion power. Frequency match it for your body and your being. And bring it into a different place in your body. Like for me, I want my head and my back. So bring it into your body and being in a different direction. And receive. Yeah. And one more time, go out and grab everything, all that information, ask it to amplify itself times the godzillion to the godzillion to the godzillion to the godzillion power. Frequency match it for your body and being, for now and in the future. So it just kind of like magic, it's like a magical trail that just keeps kind of sparkling its way ahead of you. So it's just constantly leaving you a little trail of magic to, or a big trail of magic to just keep following. Why not? And bring all that information in your body in a different place. Like I want to bring that into perineum and genitals for me, but however you want to do that, bring that into your body. And just allow yourself to receive that. And now allow yourself to reach out into that field of all of the gifts and capacities, all the things that we just gave each other, that we just shared, that we know about each other. And allow yourself, what is everything? No, just allow yourself to receive whatever you can receive in this moment now. And just bring that in and tell yourself, receive. Or invite yourself to receive. And how does that feel?
That's not bad, you know.
That's not bad.
Amazing, Jaden.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Notice that everything that you brought in was around essence of you. And notice what that was like. Notice what those frequencies are like. Notice when we play up, judgment, but when we play in this space, how that makes you feel. And what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be that would allow you to play in this space all the time or regularly? Like it starts out small, you start and you build to that space, but you get to the space of what if, could you imagine, what would your life look like if you lived and embodied this space all the time? Just allow yourself to perceive that. And what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to embody this space with simple ease, to your simple advantage? Anytime you chose. Anytime you chose. And receive. And from this space, allow yourself to perceive all of the alters and fractures that you have. All of them. Like from this space, like you just get it. It's just not a big deal. Don't go into them. Just allow yourself to perceive where they are, just what's going on with that. Don't jump into the story. I can feel people jumping into the story. So that's okay. So what is everything that prevents these alters or fractures from seeing you clearly, you from seeing them clearly, you from perceiving that you are both the same being, and them from perceiving that they are both the same being, and that they are you and you are them, that you are on the same team? And what is everything that causes things to feel separate? And everything that all of that is, can we choose to just try and create all that?
Yes.
I choose
Yes.
this.
I choose that. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, aksha, shorts, boys, and nights, beyonds. And what is everything remaining that the infinite being is aware of that prevents these alters and fractures from recognizing that you're all on the same team? We're not talking about the pieces that aren't you. We're talking about the pieces that are you. And everything that all of that information is, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes, I choose this.
Yeah, choose that. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, or aksha, beyonds. And what does the infinite being know to be all the personality and identity imprinting here? All the stories that have gotten overlaid, all of the identities that have gotten overlaid. Wow. And what are all the disguised memory implants around all of these identities and all of these stories and all of this imprinting and all these personalities and pseudo personalities? And everything that all that information is, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes, I choose that.
Okay. And so you can always choose to bring it back. Don't make it a wrongness to bring stuff back by choice. Well, actually, don't make anything a wrongness. But like, so if you're in a space of, well, I don't know, try letting go of it and then bringing it back if it doesn't feel right. Let's try it that way. Or that's my invitation to you. So can we destroy and create your attachment to all of this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I choose that. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, right, beyonds. There you go. Just let all that go. And bring in a univac and just. And what are all the creation points for all? What were all the creation points for all these fractures and containers? And expand out, perceive more. Expand out, perceive all of it. Wow. And what were all the decision points that led up to those? Don't go into them, just perceive them there. And how many decisions were free choice? Crickets. And how many decisions were disguised manipulation? Wow. And so everything that are all of these decision points and everything that are all these creation points, can we choose to destroy and create all that stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I choose that.
I
Just
choose
invoke, you
this.
can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, yes. And who did all that stuff belong to? We, someone else, something else. And notice anything that's someone or something else? Even we too, because that's whatever. But because if it's we, can we still destroy and create it all anyway? Why not? So everything, all this is, can we choose to destroy and create, send it all away?
Yes.
Resend, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, vaporize. And what is everything holding all of these? What does the infinite being know? I've been playing with adding that. What does the infinite being know to be everything holding these fractures and containers open and active? Across all time, no time, timelines, realities, realms, fractures, alters, parallels, dimensions. Known, unknown, and unknowable. And all the unknowables too. And everything, all that is, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes, I choose that.
I choose that. Yeah. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, shorts, yes. And allow yourself to perceive all the entities. Now we're playing on a huge scale here, so don't freak out over this. Allow yourself to perceive all the demons. Like perceive it from like 1,000,000 miles away, looking at the scope of all of it. Not in it, you're just perceiving the magnitude or all the stuff that's there. All the creatures and all the aliens. And they so don't even know we're looking at them right now because we're in a frequency they can't read. That's very interesting. But nonetheless, freeze, tie, upside down, 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 just because I like doing that. And so everything you said you would do for all these beings and everything all these beings said they would do for you, all the reciprocal agreements and any other bind or reciprocality that's there, can we just choose to just try and create all that stuff?
Yes.
Yes, I choose this.
I choose that. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, 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 across all time, no time, space, all that stuff, make null, void, good, bad, reflection, yes. Just let all that go. And D prime creator, can you please remove all these beings from all of these universes now? And banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. And all the connections you have to these beings and all this stuff, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Wow. And what are all the remaining entities? What are the remaining demons? Entities and Shikyu entities, remaining demons and Shikyu demons, remaining creatures and Shikyu creatures, remaining aliens and Shikyu aliens, freeze, tie up, tie down, 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 and all of their bosses and all of their bosses and their bosses, freeze, tie up, tie down, freeze, tie up, tie down, freeze, tie up, tie down, and all of their hives, colonies, races, planets, solar systems, and galaxies and universes, freeze, tie up, tie down, freeze, tie up, tie down, freeze, tie up, tie down, freeze, tie up, tie down. Whew. And everything that all this is, can we destroy and create it from your universe? Or your universes.
Use that.
Yes. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create what all the agreements that you have with these beings. Can we just try and create all those?
Yes.
Yes. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. And the prime creator, please remove all these beings from all of our universes. Do this now. Banish, vanquish. And vaporize connections. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Everywhere you're holding on, Vaporize, 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 vaporize.
We could harvest a little energy, though.
Oh, we totally will. Oh, don't worry. That comes next.
Before we get rid of all of them.
So, no, we're infinite beings. We can get it from anywhere. They can't run and hide from it. That's got to be terrifying to any being who's actually paying attention. They'd be like, "Oh, they can get us anywhere. Oh, we go. That's okay. You're so cute.
Just give us your
pretty
energy."
flower. Pretty flower. Like, where do you think all those pretty flowers came from? Huh? There's not just one or two or three. There's a zillion of them all over the place. They all look different. What if those are the unique pretty flowers of people I don't know. I'm just. That may not be the truth, but that's just an interesting point of view. So allow yourself to perceive all the alters and fractures that you have. Holy shit. And put them out in front of you at a distance so that you can see them. And any ones that are too scared to go out in front of you, they can stay inside. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of them too. But like, put them out in front. I like it. It lets me to see them. I get to meet them and greet them. It's our meet and greet. And wow. So expand out to the size of the Beyondiverse, beyond that, beyond that, beyond that, to your infinite being. Wow. And what is everything that all these alters, fractures desire or require? Cross, yeah, just all of it. And ask it to amplify itself times the godzillion to the godzillion power. Frequency match it and gift it. Thank you. May they have everything they desire. And grab another copy for you. Amplify, frequency match, receive. That also gets the ones that are still in my body that were like, oh, I can't go out there. It's dangerous. Okay, that's fine. And now, again, what is everything all these alters or fractures desire require? I just had this altar came over and kind of gave me a hug. It's like, oh, thank you for being okay with me staying inside. And so everything they desire require, amplify, frequency match, and gift.
Yeah.
And amplify, frequency match, receive, copy for you. And those little ones that are in you. I notice it's the little ones that stay inside. They're like, oh, I want to stay in here. It's like, it's okay. And one last time, everything they desire require, amplify, frequency match, and gift. And some of this is age progression. I'm just watching it. I'm like, wow, they're getting older every time I do that. That's really interesting. I never paid that. The more I do this, I'm becoming more aware of what all this is doing. It does some really cool shit that I never had a clue about. And bring a copy for you. Amplify, frequency match, and receive. Okay, I lied. I had a clue about it, but I didn't let myself be conscious of it. How's that? That's lighter. Okay, and so now all of these alters and fractures. And so allow yourself to perceive which ones are not you. Like they highlight in my reality, like whatever. Just allow yourself to perceive it, and then tell these beings, "Thank you, you may go."
Thank you, you may go.
Thank you, may go.
May go.
I've learned I gift to them. They've been around for a while. I gift to them, and then I remove them. And then all the ones that are you, bring them into your heart and allow yourself to receive them. Wow. Wow. And you'll have that reunion for a while, so I'll let you do that. But so now allow yourself to unplug from all the containers. Just intend to grab all those plugs. I will sometimes like make my hand a tangler, and it just kind of tangles. It just grabs all that stuff up. I throw it away, and then I vaporize it in midair. Vaporize. Vaporize. Okay. And now allow yourself to reclaim all the life force from all of those containers and receive all that. Wow. And allow yourself to reclaim all the life force ever extracted by anyone through all those containers. So you're basically making it that any harvesting that ever occurred from those beings becomes nullified. Why not? And bring all of that, and why not? And bring all of that energy back in. And this is where I like my inalienable soul to kind of grab that. Or it doesn't always go there. Sometimes it goes other places, like whatever. I don't care where it goes. But I want it back. I want it back. Not. I know that triggers. It's everything that brought up. Can we just try to create all that?
Yes.
Yeah, make no void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, vaporize, vaporize, vaporize. And so what are all the containers remaining? Wernicke's commands, booby traps, program systems, agreements, divine golden trillion-year agreements, entry and exit agreements, and all signatories across all time, no time, timelines, realities, realms, alters, fractures, space, parallels, domains known, unknown, and unknowable. And everything that all that is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes, I choose it.
Yeah, rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, be bound. So there we go. Oh, there we go. Yep. And what are all the remaining binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds, beyond binds, binds, beyond binds, binds, beyond binds to infinitum? And all the, wow. That's a lot. And all the auto install, auto backup systems, technologies, magics, auto updates, and all the signatories that are here across all time, no time, timelines, realities, realms, fractures, alters, parallels, domains, known and unknown and unknowable. Can we choose to destroy and create all this, please?
Yes.
Yes, I choose it.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond, so how they go. And what is all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and energy fog around all of this, across all time, space, dimensions, realities, yada, 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 yadas, and expand out, proceed more, including up, all the way up, all the way up, and out the other side, all the way back, and all the way out the other side, and all the way down, and all the way out the other side. Go around the outside if you like, however you want to do it. All the way left, all the way right. Whoa, Lord, we don't do enough of that. Okay, and all the way out in front of you. And expand outside of all of this and perceive all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog. And beyond. Beyond. I love the echo on that. Beyond, beyond, beyond. And everything all this is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
I choose it.
Yeah, why not? Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, vaporize, 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 make null void. Sovereign being, sovereign planet, sovereign being, sovereign universe, sovereign body. And a free will universe times a godzillion, make null void times a godzillion, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshos, business, beyonds. Let all it go, let 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 it go. Not yours, not yours. Wow. Bring in a UNIVAC and just program a UNIVAC. I bring in a UNIVAC and I program it automatic, grab all the remaining stuff, automatic, go, and just let it do its thing. Which is interesting. Every so often I'll feel it's like, ooh. Ooh, I've never had stuff taken from there before. Oh. That's just how my body experiences it. Whatever. Your mileage may vary, but if you enjoy it, then do it. Yeah, whatever. You get it.
A new Kundalini experience.
I knew that's it. It's a Kundalini experience. Right. Okay. Vacuolini. So allow yourself to perceive who, what, where, when, why are you being? You, someone else, something else. Wow. And everything that all that is, can we choose to just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I choose
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, beyonds. And truth, feel into who are you being? All the who are you being. Truth, what are you being? All the what are you being. Truth, where are you being? All the where are you being. Truth, when are you being? All the when are you being. And truth, why are you being? And all the why are you being. And everything all that is, can we choose to just try and create all that?
Yes, I choose it.
Yeah, resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, space, nines, beyonds. Wow. And let's bring in a vacuum on that. And who, what, where, when, why are you not being? You, someone else, something else. Wow. And everything all of that is, can we choose to try and create all that?
Yes.
Yeah. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, space, nines, beyonds.
Oh.
Wow. And truth, what are all the, who are you not beings? And what are you not being? And what's all of it? Yeah. And where are you not being? And what's all of that? Wow. And when are you not being? And what's all of that? And why are you not being? And what's all of that? And all of that really interesting point of view stuff, can we choose to just try and create all that?
Yeah.
Yes, I choose
Yes, I
it.
choose that.
Yeah. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, balance. And all the remaining shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around any and all and 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 all and any of all of this and any of it. Can we just try and create all and any of that?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
choose
choose it.
that.
I choose that. Resend, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papaksha, balance, and all that kind of. So your home play for this week is to, if you don't already do it, start engaging the asking body thing. And it's going to take me a couple days, but I'll get you cards for it and stuff so you can have reminders and things. And it's a process, and you'll integrate it over time. But if it feels valuable to you, if bridging, I'm going to load this up, ready? If bridging a connection with your body feels valuable to you, you might want to do this home play. If it doesn't feel valuable to connect to your body, then it's a waste of your time. You don't want to waste your time. So let's go into a space of receiving. So you want to put yourself on mute? And full bandwidth, full spectrum, receive. And so allow yourself throughout the balance of the day or the next coming days to, when you think about it, receive from what the gift that this group shared with you today of what the infinite beings of this group know to be you. From their perspective, obviously, but like, what is that play that you can now just easily step into? What is that fun and silly, light, easy, delightful space of play that is you, that is now possible to just ooze from all of the pores of your body and being, and just naturally come out? No effort, no work. It's just there because it's just always there, who you be, the essence of you, your inalienable soul, your inalienable spirit. It's just always there. Like, it's just allowing it. Yeah. So during the week, if you think about it, or when you think about it, allow yourself to remember in this call where we sat with the group and we shared with each other the gifts and capacities and the cool experiences that we've had in other universes and other galaxies and other times and other spaces. And allow that to become so real and true to you that that's the reality that you live in, and not the disjointed, manipulated illusion that has been your reality. Allow yourself to actually change realities. What else is possible? I don't know. Let's play. Let's see what we can do with all that. So if you'd like to unmute yourself, I'd thank you all for coming and playing on this call today. I so love when we as a group can, like, go to these just spaces. So thank you all for taking this journey with me and for all the sharing that you did. It was, I was just blown away by the profound information and all the gifts that you all shared with me about what you know about me. Like, this is just one role I'm playing, and we've all played all these different roles. So, and all will still probably continue to play all these different roles. So let's do a 1, 2, 3 wahoo. And 1, 2, 3 wahoo!
Gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you all.
And
Bye.
we'll see you
everybody.
next
Thank you,
week.
Jaden.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Jaden, awesome.
Bye.